Hello everyone. In my previous video solving simple linear equation, we have seen how do we balance a linear equation, what are the balancing rules. We have also seen what are the different techniques of solving a linear equation. We have seen the transposing method and we have also seen the systematic method of solving. In today's video, we will see two different forms of linear equations and how do we solve those kind of linear equation using the transposing method. So let us move ahead and see the first form of a linear equation. If a linear equation is such that we have a linear expression on one side and the number on the other side, how do we solve it? So let us learn this through an example. Suppose we have a question, solve x over 3 plus 5 over 2 is equal to 3 over 2. Okay, so we see that we have got a linear expression on the left hand side and we have got just a constant or a number on the right hand side. Now we have to get the solution of this equation. We have to find the value of x which will satisfy this equation. So let us start solving it. What do we do first? Whenever we have to solve such linear equations, what we do is we transpose all the constants to one side of equality. Okay. Let us see what does it mean. So in our question, x by 3 plus 5 by 2 is equal to 3 by 2. We transpose this 5 by 2 which is a constant to the right hand side, so that we are left with only the variable term on the left hand side. So the next step, x by 3, we have transposed 5 by 2, and whenever we transpose a term from one side of the equality to other, the sign of the term changes. Okay, so what have we done here? We have transposed 5 by 2 to RHS. Now let us solve the right hand side. The LCM is 2, common denominator. In the numerator we are left with 3 minus 5. 3 minus 5, a negative 2 over 2, which gives you a negative 1. So now our equation is simplified to a form x by 3 is equal to negative 1. Okay, now we want the value of x, so we multiply both the sides by 3. Correct, so that we can get rid of this 3 in the denominator. So we cancel out the common factor and we get x is equal to negative 3. Okay, now we have got the solution of the above equation as x is equal to negative 3. So let me just quickly repeat how we solved it. First, we moved all the constants to the right hand side. So 5 by 2 when comes to the right hand side becomes negative 5 by 2. We simplified the right hand side which gives us a negative 1. So x by 3 is equal to negative 1. Now we need to get rid of this 3 here. So we multiplied both the side of the equality by a 3. The law of balancing. 3 and 3 cancels out the common factor and we are left with x is equal to negative 3. I hope this much is clear to everyone. And now we will move to the second basic form of a linear equation in which we have the variables on both the sides of the equality. Let us also understand this using an example. So let us say we have a question 5x plus 7 by 2 is equal to 3 by 2x minus 14. Now what is our first step? Our first step is to transpose all the constants to one side and all the like terms with the same variable to the other side. Okay, so when 3 by 2x is transposed to the left hand side, the sign changes and it becomes negative 3 by 2x. And when positive 7 by 2 is transposed to the right hand side, it becomes a negative 7 by 2. So what have we done here? We have transposed 3 by 2x to LHS and 7 by 2 to RHS. Okay, now what is the next step? In the next step, we will perform or simplify the left hand side and the right hand side. We need a common denominator too, so we multiply the term 5x by 2 and also divide by 2. Okay, and the same we do with negative 14. So we multiply the negative 14 by 2 and divide it by 2. So here we get 10x over 2 minus 3x over 2 is equal to 14 into 2 is 28. So negative 28 over 2 and negative 7 over 2. Now on the left hand side your common denominator is 2. So that's your LCM. On the right hand side also the LCM is 2. Here in the numerator you have 10x minus 3x and here you have minus 28 minus 7, which gives you 7x over 2 is equal to negative 35 over 2. Okay, so this we have reached the basic form of a linear equation. Now what do we have to do to get rid of 7 by 2? Because we need the value of x. So we will multiply both the sides of the equality by the reciprocal of 7 by 2. So we do into 2 by 7 here and into 2 by 7 here. 2 and 2 are the common factors, cancel out. 7 and 7 cancels out to give you an x is equal to, cancel out the common factor 2. 7 ones are, 7 fives are. So we are left with x is equal to negative 5. Okay, so we were able to find the solution of this equation by transposing all the constants to one side and all the terms having the like terms having the same variable to the other side, and then simplifying the left hand side and the right hand side and getting our solution. Okay, so now let us see how do we verify our solution. How do we determine, how will we be sure that whatever answer we have got is the correct answer? So let us consider the same example. 5x, let me see what it is, 5x plus 7 by 2 is equal to 3 by 2x minus 14, and the solution which we have got is x is equal to negative 5. Now we have to verify it. So we will take the left hand side of the equality and the right hand side of the equality, and for both the sides of the equality we will substitute x as negative 5. So on the left hand side we have 5x plus 7 by 2. We'll substitute x as negative 5. So 5 into negative 5 plus 7 by 2 gives you a negative 25 plus 7 by 2, which gives us, we will multiply 25 and also divide it by 2 to get the same denominator. And what do we get here? Negative 50 plus 7 whole upon 2, which is negative 43 over 2. So this is our LHS. Now we will be solving the same thing for the RHS. Okay, so substituting x is equal to 5 in the RHS gives you 3 by 2 into negative 5 minus 14, which is negative 15 over 2 minus 14. To make the common denominator, we multiply and divide 14 by 2. So we get negative 15, negative 28 whole upon 2, which gives you a negative 43 upon 2. So what do we see? We see that when we substitute x is equal to negative 5, the LHS of the equation becomes equal to the RHS, and hence x is equal to -5 is the verified solution. Okay, so I hope this much is clear to everyone. What are the two basic forms of a linear equation and how do we go ahead solving it? In my next video, we will see more complex form of linear equations. How do we reduce those linear equations to these basic forms and then solve it? Thank you.